I've made hundreds of thousands of dollars online selling products that I've never even had to ship myself, all through the process of print on demand. And in this video today, I'm gonna break down for you the entire process, because what so many people don't realize is how quickly and affordably you can actually get started with this business model today in less than an hour. And so that's what I'm going to be sharing with you. I'm going to break it down in the most simple and basic way possible, because I want you to start setting up your store and begin making online income. I have personally been selling online through print on demand for 4 years now. I started back when I lost my bartending job in 2020. And when I tell you that this business model has completely changed my life, it has. And I know so many other people as well, through the communities, through people that I've taught, other people on social media, that this is so scalable and the opportunities are absolutely endless. And being somebody that is actually in the space, I want to make a tutorial that is real and that people can actually see what to do, and tips and tricks from somebody that has been in the e-commerce game for a while and actually still does it actively. There's so many different people online that are trying to sell you products, that are trying to tell you all these things, but they don't actually do it themselves. And so I really appreciate that you're here watching this video, because I have tons of knowledge that I cannot wait to share with you, and we're gonna get right into it. So the very first thing right off the bat is, what is print on demand? If you are somebody that is completely new, I wanna break it down for you and let you know how it actually works. So print on demand is, as it sounds, products that are printed on demand or as they're ordered. You as a seller and creator will create designs and place them on blank or white label products from a print provider. Once they're placed on the product virtually, you can upload that to an online store and begin selling that immediately as soon as you post it. And what happens when you get an order, that print provider is going to receive the order directly and print, pack, and ship that item that you created virtually to your customer. So this means, as I said, no inventory, no shipping. You're never going to have to physically touch the product unless you order a sample. There are so many different types of business models out there that require you to hold large sums of inventory, put tons of money up front, and this you can literally do with $0. So now that we know what print on demand is, let's get right into setting up our online store. I want to show you how actually easy this is and give you everything that you need. So in the description, there's going to be a link for a Shopify free trial. I want you to grab that one because it does actually have a really good trial, and you'll be able to take time to create your store without having to spend a lot of money. Now, what Shopify is going to do for us is they're going to be our website host, where we're going to post all the products that we create to sell them to our customers. And once we link that with our print provider, everything is just completely seamless. And Shopify is a really great platform to start an online business, even if you're a beginner. And I want to be honest with you, if you've seen my videos before, you may know that I have been an Etsy seller for a really long time. And while I absolutely love Etsy and do push it for beginners, the reason that I'm making this video for Shopify is due to social media, and we're gonna talk more about this later on in the video, so make sure that you stay and watch that part. But with the reach that we now have on social media, it is absolutely insane and worth it to grow a Shopify store, because you can do so without having to pay money for ads. So go ahead and click on that Shopify link, which you will be able to start your online store. All you need is an email. It's also gonna ask you some pretty simple basic questions. Just fill those out to the best of your ability, but don't worry too much about them. So once that Shopify store is set up, we're gonna go right into actually finding and sourcing products that we can sell on our online store. And before we do that, we actually need to create an account on a print provider's website. So as I said before, print on demand requires us to source products from a print provider. And the one that I use and absolutely swear by is Printify. Printify is going to be the print supplier that we use for this, just due to the endless amount of products they have available on their platform and the easeability of this. And of course, it is $0. You do not have to pay to have a Printify account. They have a free plan and it works seamlessly and perfectly. I used the free plan for the longest time. So definitely grab that. The link is also for that below. And you're gonna have to do pretty much the same stuff of just entering some basic information with an email for your Printify account. If there is one suggestion that I can give to you, is to use that same email in both your Printify and your Shopify stores, just to keep things seamless so that you can keep track of everything. You can even create a new email if you'd like to. And once you start setting up your Printify account, it's literally going to give you step by step on how to sync your Shopify account with it. So all you have to do is grab your URL from Shopify and paste that directly into Printify, and it seamlessly will integrate, meaning that any orders and products that we create or sell will just automatically go between the print provider Printify and your Shopify account, which means that this is passive. Once your accounts are linked, that is when we can get into the more fun part of actually creating our products. And something to keep note on is how many actual products are available for you to sell on your print-on-demand store. Printify has products from apparel to accessories to tech stuff. They even have home decor and now products such as skincare and coffee that you can literally make a branded line of, which is absolutely insane. And the opportunities are endless. So I definitely recommend going through Printify and scrolling through all of the products to get an idea of what exactly you may want to sell. But now, if I'm being honest with you, a really great way to scale and have a long-term store is to have a niche-specific store. Creating a niche store can really set you apart because there are so many benefits to this, and one of them being in your marketing. And if you don't have good marketing or you don't have reach to your store, odds are you're not going to make sales. And so in my experience, having a niche-specific store is going to help you to be successful and faster. So if you're unfamiliar with what a niche is, think of it as a topic or a category for the products that you're going to sell. So for instance, if you wanted to create a print-on-demand store that revolves around pets, your niche would be pets. And then you could get even further into that niche to sub-niche down into a certain type of cat or giraffe or whatever that pet is. Or you can have a niche store that sells to tons of different pets. We have lots of options here. Now, like I said, in my experience, this works way better because when you understand a niche, you understand who you're selling to. And so in order to pick a niche, I highly recommend that you pick something that you can relate to or that you have knowledge in. So for example, if you are somebody that does ballet, maybe consider creating a store that sells apparel or products that are geared towards people who do ballet or like ballet. A great way to find a niche as well is to go ahead and think of 5 different things that you're interested in or that you have knowledge in, write them down, and then do a little bit of research to gain some inspiration and see which one of them you feel you'll be able to create the best. With a niche store as well, you can sell multiple different types of products with those same designs. So this is something that sometimes people get a little bit confused about. They think that because they're selling t-shirts that are geared towards ballerinas, that they can't sell, let's say, a sweatshirt, or they can't sell a coffee mug or even a home decor item. And that is completely false. That is what you should be doing on your store. You should be having lots of different types of products that are designed and curated for your niche. So once you have an idea of what your niche can be or what products you may want to sell, the next part is going to be to create designs. Now, creating designs is where I see the most people getting just so caught up, so overwhelmed, and I get it. I am somebody that did take graphic design classes in high school, and I still was overwhelmed when I got into the space of designing for print on demand. Because at the end of the day, if your designs aren't good, the odds of you selling a product are low, and that's just the truth. So creating designs, do not let it overwhelm you. There are so many easy ways to get started in this and ways that you can outsource designs if you're not comfortable doing it. So there's a few types of designs that you can actually model after, and one of them being best for beginners, and that is using text-based designs. This basically means that we are using text in different types of ways to manipulate it, make it bold, make it stand out, but just making it interesting enough to put on a product that relates to our target audience. We also can use graphics and elements to make our design stand out more, a combine of both, and we can even get into designing with AI and other tools if it's something that we are open to. Canva is a really great option if you are a beginner. A lot of people actually already have a Canva account. You can use a free version, or you can do a free trial of the Canva Pro to see if that works for you and have more ability to actually get started with different types of elements and fonts. So here's an example of a hoodie that I made a few years ago and absolutely killed it with. I'm telling you, I sold so many of these hoodies. I made over 100K with this, and the design is so simple. It is a text-based design using a different colored ombre effect, and it was so successful for me. So I want you to realize that simple designs can sell really, really well. It's just all about how you portray them. Now, I made this in Canva, and what I did specifically was use a website called Creative Fabrica, where I downloaded this exact font, that I had the rights to. So now that I have a design, I'm gonna go ahead and share with you the exact upload process on how we get this design onto this hoodie and start selling it. So on Printify, this is their dashboard, and on their catalog here, we can see all the different types of products that they have available for us to sell. But I'm gonna go ahead and look at the hoodies because I wanna show you how to create that exact hoodie that I made. So I'm gonna select hoodies here. A lot of these are unisex, but just be aware when you're picking them, and you can see all of the different options that they offer. They even have cropped hoodies. They have hoodies for animals as well. There's so many different options. I'm gonna go for the unisex heavy blend by Gildan. It is the 18500. It is a classic, a bestseller, and I absolutely love selling this sweatshirt. I think the price is really good and the quality is good as well. So as you can see on Printify here, it pops up with a start designing of their Printify choice provider. However, what I like to do is go to show additional providers, because here I can see the different color options and shipping times that other print providers have. And while Printify is the print provider that we're using, they're outsourcing to different print providers across the world. So anybody, regardless of where you're located, you can sell to anyone, anywhere, which is really, really great. I really love to use Swift POD, so I'm gonna go ahead and click on them here and hit start designing. Now, this pops up and shows me where I can actually create my product. I have the front side print, back side print, and sleeve options as well, and even a neck label if you do later on want to brand your items. So I just went ahead and dragged and dropped my design directly onto this hoodie virtually. And here I can change the size. I can even go down here and create patterns of it if I want to, depending on what type of product I'm selling. And I can use these to center it and make sure that it is going to be printed correctly, because anything that you create right here is how Printify will print it. So please be aware of that when you are placing your design on your product. Now I'm also going to go over to the front side and add the same exact image here as I showed. And I'm just going to get that directly to how I want it so that I can have it on both the front and the back. And once that looks good, I'm gonna go over to my variants here. So what variants are is they're actually just different colors and sizes that you wanna offer on your products. So as you can see, this print provider offers a lot of colors, and that's partially why I love to use them, regardless of how fast their shipping time is. They're really fast with shipping, but I really like how many colors they have to offer. And this gives you a great idea of what types of colors will look like on your actual product. So this design works well with many different colors, as you can see, but I can pick the ones that I want to offer to customers on my actual online store. So once I have all of my colors selected and my design as I want it, I'm gonna go over to the preview button, and then here it's gonna show me a mock-up of exactly what this sweatshirt is going to look like once Printify prints it. So here I can see if it is lined up correctly, I can see if it is the way that I want it to be printed, and I can even see the front as well on what it would look like on a person, which is really, really helpful. So this is just something to keep in mind here when you're creating this. Make sure this looks good. So once it's ready to go, I can go ahead and hit save product. And the next thing that I'm gonna do is start to upload this onto my Shopify store. So as you can see, it's showing all of the different mockups that Printify gives us for every single color, which is really, really great. I'm gonna just select one of these here, but it will actually upload all of the color options once it's on my Shopify store. Now I'm going to scroll down to the product description and tags. These are all things that are extremely important in your SEO, which stands for search engine optimization. This is a fancy way of saying how people are actually going to find your products. So think of any time you type something into Google. So if we were searching in Google for a sweatshirt like this, what would the terms be that we would type in? That is how SEO works. So for this sweatshirt, I'm going to name it Focus on the Good Sweatshirt. And then for the description here, it already gives us a curated description. It's up to you if you want to leave it that way, but I highly recommend adding in different touches and little keywords here and there in your description just to make it more for your store. But you can absolutely do that later on in Shopify. So for now, feel free to leave that blank. Same thing with these tags here. That tags is going to be similar to your SEO. So for this, we would do focus on the good. I could use other keywords like aesthetic hoodie, back of hoodie, things like that, that if people type it in, it's gonna be able to show up in the search engine. I do have some more helpful videos on SEO that I will be linking in the description for you. Now, moving on to our shipping, this is where we would actually select our shipping method here. Now, Printify just came out with the economy shipping, which is really great because it's priced so well for print on demand. And mind you, with print on demand, you are going to have to charge your customers for shipping because the print provider is going to be shipping the item, right? So we want to keep that in mind with our pricing. And so even though this is a bit longer of a shipping time, the price is a little bit better so we can make more of a profit. So scrolling down here, then what's going to show up are those variants as I talked about before. So variants are going to be your colors and your sizes that you want to offer on your store. This particular item goes from sizes small all the way up to 5XL in all the colors that I'm offering. Now, if you do want to not offer one of those colors, you can absolutely change that, or you can offer them all and just change the price for them. So again, with the pricing, in addition to what I was saying with shipping, we need to be charging more than our production price and our shipping price in order to make a profit. So for example, if this product is going to cost us $20, we need to be charging over $20 so that we can make a profit after we pay our print provider. So what I'm going to do here is hit select all and hit edit price. And here on Printify, it gives you a really good way to see this. So you can either just edit your price, edit your profit margin, or things like that. So let's say we want to make at least $12 on this product. We can put that in and Printify will automatically price it for us. But what I'm gonna do is I wanna make at least a $15 profit. So that's what I'm gonna do here. And then it shows me the actual price of the item. And then I'm just gonna edit the price to around $42. And then I'm gonna select the ones that cost a little bit more here. And I'm gonna make them a set price of $46. And then when I scroll down here, I'm gonna see a few more options. So I have hide in store. That just basically means that it's not gonna go live on our store yet, but odds are your store's not live yet, so you don't have to worry about that. And then we're gonna select that all of these things sync directly to the store. And then we're gonna hit publish. So after I hit publish, now I can go over to my Shopify store and under products, see right here is the sweatshirt that we literally just made. And if I click on that, I can then edit it further. So again, here is where I would do that description if I want to add more. Here's my title and where all of my tags are going to be. It also shows that Printify is my vendor and a bunch of different other things. So here are all the product photos, which I love how Printify does that. They just sync them all directly in here. And while we are going to be getting more photos, which are important, it's just so nice that these ones are already curated for us. And we can even move them around to the way that we want them. And they're linked to the variants. Now I'm just going to show you a brief update of how this looks on my store. So if I hit preview, here is what it would look like to your customer and show you a little description here of what the customer will see. So they'll see all the color options here. And if we do add in more mockups as well, they'll all pop up here. So once you've done that first initial publish, it is so much easier to keep going with this process. So now all you have to do is create more designs and follow that exact step-by-step method that I just showed you here. And that way you can curate a bunch of different designs and products into your online store. One of the fastest ways to do this is to take one design and put it on multiple products. So that way you know that you're testing out different products for number one, but you also are creating a larger store and can then create collections to make it easier for your customers to be able to browse on your online store. So for example, I can go over to this hardcover journal here and I can hit start designing and I can just grab that same design that I created on that hoodie and I can put it on a journal. I can even add a background color to that if I want to. You can even do a custom color code here. So see how pretty that looks in literally just 2 seconds. I'm creating a journal. And again, just making sure it's all lined up. So I may have to play around with it a little bit. But see right here how easily I just created a journal that can be printed for me. And then we can do the same process, as I said earlier, of uploading that to our online store. Once we went and uploaded some of our products in that same process, the next thing is to actually create and make our online store pretty so that people are gonna wanna purchase from it. Now, I know that customizing an online store can seem like a lot, especially with a logo and doing all of our different mockups and stuff, but don't get overwhelmed with this. It does take a little bit of time, but you can absolutely do it. And I'm gonna give you a website that you can create your logo, your mockup, all of that in one spot. But first, in order to do that, what we're gonna do is go under sales channel to online store, and here's where we can pick our Shopify theme, aka the way our store is going to look. So Shopify offers tons of different free themes. Honestly, they have so many. There's also themes you can purchase, but when you're starting out, again, we're doing this the lowest cost possible, $0. We're just gonna pick one of their free themes. I really love to use craft, so what I'm gonna do is hit add. And what's really great about this is you can have multiple versions of your store popping up here. So if you wanna experiment with different themes, you absolutely can. So then I can go ahead and hit the customize option after it loads. And here is where we can set up our store. So see, already Shopify is putting in all of my different products on the bottom here, which is so great. And we can then just customize it and make it our own. Now, like I was mentioning before, we are gonna need mock-up photos and a different logo and a way to actually make our website look better. And so that is where I love to use the website placeit.net. They're a way that you can source mock-ups for any type of print-on-demand product so that you don't have to order a sample and take your own photos, because as a print-on-demand seller who sells hundreds of thousands of products, it takes a lot to order samples of those. And because of a website like Placeit, we don't have to do that. And getting mockups is very crucial in the success of your print-on-demand business. So I highly recommend not skipping this step. So here's placeit.net. And as you can see on their mockup section here, they have all the apparel and print-on-demand products, or you can just search for exactly what you want. So what I'm gonna do here is type in back of hoodie, because that is the actual product that I'm creating, right? And I can scroll through here and see all the different options for back of the hoodie products. So all I have to do is just drag and drop my design directly into here, and then it gives me a preview right on the side of what it looks like. And you wanna make sure that when you're doing this, that you're making sure it looks as similar to the product that you just created on your online store so that we don't confuse any customers. So I'm gonna do the black one here, and then I'm gonna change my background color, and perfect, beautiful mockup that we can use on our website and in our marketing. And obviously this looks much better than just using a stock image photo. And while stock image photos are really important, this obviously more people are going to be drawn to, right? It showcases my niche, it looks good. It's something that someone can have an emotional connection to versus just a blank photo. So all I'm gonna do is download this on my Placeit account. Again, I will have a trial for you below. Placeit is something that you will have to pay for eventually, but that's part of being in this business if you do want to grow it. But like I said, if you want to start low at low cost, they do have free mockups that you can use and download. So please check them out. You can also use Creative Fabrica as well, but it is up to you. But I do have a Placeit trial for you, and it is in the description along with all of the other trials too. So now I can go back to the hoodie that I made, and I can drag and drop that design that I just created to be one of the mockup photos for my actual website. And see here, once we actually preview the store, how beautiful that image looks, and we can even use that on our front page and in our marketing. Now, as I said before, of getting your logo, regardless if you have a business name yet, it is something that you do want to look into because we do want to have a brand. So I will leave some helpful ways that you can find a business name. You can use Shopify's name generator or other websites as well to get creative in your business name. And then you can go ahead and see if it is trademarked or being used yet by using this website here. Now, if you are ready to go ahead and create your logo, what you'll do is go over to Placeit, and you can go to the logo section and get a bunch of different templates. So what's great is depending on what your niche is, you can even create it here. For shops, I can go over to dropshipping, and it will have a bunch of different logo templates that I can use to input my own logo in. And then under my theme settings in my logo, that's where I can just upload that logo that I just created. So depending on where you do make that logo, where you're comfortable making that logo, you can just pop it right in, and then see here, it is showcased on my actual website. So now once your online store is set up and it's starting to look the way that you want it, as I mentioned earlier, getting sales is very important in all of this. And in order to do that, we do need to market our products. And like I mentioned in the beginning of the video, the reason that I'm mentioning Shopify to you is because of the scalability and the organic reach that we can get for free using social media. So we have many different options for different social media accounts that we can be posting on and creating for our brand. But ones that I suggest are going to be Instagram and TikTok, and in short form content, so that we can be able to reach many people, again, for free. Anybody has the opportunity to go viral on social media. We don't have to worry about follower counts. Literally anybody can go viral. So it's just about being consistent in your actual strategy with posting your content. And while content can seem like a lot, trust me, it does not have to be. There's so many different ways that we can actually create content or have content outsourced for us. Now, you can use websites like how it plays it here. You can download different videos of actual products and showcase them that way, or you can order samples for very low cost from your Printify store and take your own video content. So here is an example of a video that I created of that Focus on the Good sweatshirt. This is something that I can use to post with trending sounds on TikTok and Instagram and repurpose that same video to both of the platforms. I'm then going to be using the keywords that would be searched for thy niche, right? So for Focus on the Good, I would be tagging things like positivity sweatshirt or aesthetic sweatshirt, back of the hoodie, summer sweatshirt, beachside sweatshirt, things like that are going to get people's attention for this actual product, and in the combination of using trending sounds. There's so many ways to create really good content through templates as well. If you use something like CapCut or even Canva, there's so many options to actually creating this content. And if you're somebody that does not want to create content at all, you can actually do gifted collabs with UGC creators or pay them for their content depending on how you want to do it or where you source your creators. And what that means is you're essentially giving that product and again, maybe some money to a creator to make a video for you that you use on your online platform. There also is, again, gifted collabs where if you want to send a product to a creator in your niche and tell them that they may have the product free of charge, and hopefully they feature it on their page and let customers know where they purchased it. Another option as well that's completely free is to post your mockups to Pinterest with relevant keywords. Pinterest is a search engine, so people go there looking for inspiration, for gifts. So it's a really great way to sell your items. And a little secret here, I actually had a pin go viral for a sweatshirt similar to this one, and it absolutely killed it and blew up my Etsy shop. So trust me, Pinterest does have potential along with other platforms like Facebook, but please go ahead and make sure you are posting to at least one platform to get your brand out there. And if you can, order samples and do that video content. A little tip if you are feeling uninspired with content is to look at other creators within your niche or that are selling the same products as you, essentially looking at your competition and see what types of content is working for them, and don't copy them, but create your own with a spin off of that. So now that we know how the business model works, we've gone over how to create your store, how to upload products, how to market our products, and now we need to realize what is going to happen when we get a sale. So when you get a sale, that order is going to go directly to your print provider, and they're going to print, pack, and ship it and send it to your customer. So that means you're only paying, again, as that item is sold. So no sales equals no money spent to that print provider. Now, there are a few things that I want to go over about print on demand before I end this video. So bear with me here if you want to have some extra tips and knowledge on what this business model can entail. One thing that I really want you to take note of is you need to go into this with the mindset of it's not going to happen overnight. Now, while you can have a social media post or a Pinterest post go viral and you'll completely get orders, that can happen. It may not happen that quickly, but trust me, with consistency in uploading products, in gaining reach with these products, this has no cap on how much money you can make. And trust me, from being someone that has actually made hundreds of thousands of dollars doing this, that it absolutely can work if you want it to. It has to be you that is in that mindset of this can work and what it can be. It is not for you if you are looking for something that is instant, overnight, get rich quick. This isn't a scam. It isn't a scheme. It's not something that's going to do that for you, if I'm being completely honest with you. This will help you gain patience, and it is a really great skill along with just learning the ways of social media and online selling, because that is the future. Now, with that, you now have all the information that you need to get started in your very own print-on-demand business. Every single thing will be linked for you so that you can get started just as I did. And I would love to have you follow my social media platforms and subscribe to my YouTube channel so that we can stay connected, and you'll be able to see all the other things that I offer in order to help you to start and grow your print-on-demand business. Thanks for watching, and I hope that you get started today.